The evolution of my classroom. Year 1. Books, binders, endless photocopies, PowerPoint, an overhead, chalk, bouncing balls, and a meter stick. Year 2. More books, more binders, and definitely more photocopies. Promethean, no board, but no chalk. Bouncing balls and a meter stick. Year 3. More books, more binders, more photocopies. Promethean with an actual board. Sweet. Hey kids, check out this video. Bouncing balls and a meter stick. Year 4. Books, well, sometimes. Binders, photocopies. Laptops, video cameras once. YouTube, virtual labs, presentations. I cut that bouncing ball lab, but no worries. There are still others. Year 5, still open. My name is Tabitha Pesh, and I am a science teacher at Euclid High School. Before I got into this class, I had generally considered that I was okay at integrating technology into my classroom. I figured that it was a good thing that I use all sorts of tech fun stuff on a daily basis. Promethean, YouTube, virtual labs, flash games. I even have a class website. I thought I was doing okay. Then I looked at my classroom through a different lens. Yes, it's true that I use a lot of technology in my classroom, but I realized that the problem isn't in that, but is in the fact that I don't have the students really get into it the way I encourage myself to. I have tried some projects, research and create style, every year, but there isn't much beyond their occasional occurrence and the virtual labs I use so often. I think that one of the major things I came to realize through the course is how incredibly powerful and important a more integral and student-driven approach to technology use can be, and that it isn't really the technology, but it's how you use it. I think that when I first began this project, I thought that 21st century skills were all technology skills. But now I see that they are much more than that. It's more about figuring out and connecting to your place in the world. One of the videos we watched touched on the global community issue in pre-revolutionary America. My thoughts on it at the time still hold true for me. I had said, those pre-revolutionary guys didn't have iTunes and podcasts, but they had a fundamental understanding of the interconnectedness of the world as a community. How awesome. In a time when it took months to get a message to someone in Europe, they felt connected to and important to one another. Why are some of my students unable to appropriately label the continents on a map? Because we are decidedly disconnected these days. I think that perhaps the most important thing to work on in order to create a generation ready to really compete in today's world is to try and help them see their ever-important place in it. So the task for me seems to be not only to utilize the technology in my classroom to increase engagement and therefore learning, but also to hopefully use it to change what the students learn. Through that, the real change can occur. Wow, though, what a task. Should I take baby steps or one giant leap? Perhaps there isn't much of a difference between the two. So far this school year, I have already begun to integrate some of the things I have learned. I decided to take one class and really work myself into it with them. Within the first week of school, I got them all using a Moodle course that I created for them, and am still working on, of course. They had been able to communicate with each other and with me using a forum, and have already used 3 different discussions. I hope that their experiences are meaningful to them and really help them to learn. I know I'm learning. I have also enlisted the support of a colleague with a little more experience than I have, and a technology coach who will be co-teaching with me over the next 6 weeks. I feel a commitment to the initiative because I'm afraid that if I don't work on it, I will be doing my students a disservice. When I first got hired at Euclid, I was very nervous to go to the board meeting and officially accept my position. I had no idea what I was going to say, but when I stood up in front of that row of very intimidating folks, I just said what came from my heart, that I was excited to work in service to the students of Euclid. I still am excited, and I hope I never forget that this is a service job. The discussions, videos, and readings I experienced this summer helped me to remember that a little. I know it's a lofty idea, but I think that Mr. Geets Romo says it best.
Ladies and gentlemen, your instructor, Mr. Geets Romo.
Look, this is going to be a long session, man. Let's head out for some pizza or something.
Mr. Romo, would you speak into the microphone, please?
I just want to say this is a wonderful thing, what you're doing, you know? So the public can pick up on what's happening, like, you know? Straighten everybody out and let them know where this whole other scene is, where it's at. You know, so everybody will stop coming on all the time. And then we'll get, you know, world peace.